Don't go nowhere. Let me give you one. My lady. The sweetest one. I wanna touch you, baby. You're my lady, and I love you, girl. Ooh. Don't you get nowhere. I love you, I need you, I want you, babe.
Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am the Lady of the Throne, where God dwells within me as me, and I'm here to talk to you guys about astrology. All right, this is going to be what is coming up. What is the astrological forecast for all 12 zodiac signs? For those of you who are new to my channel, or for those of you who are new to spirituality, should I say, some of you may know this, but some people are new to spirituality and that's understanding. You have to understand that astrological zodiac signs can tell you almost everything that there is to know about events in life as well as personalities. And it is something that had become dumbed down over time as just like something really fun to do. However, we all know that there's so much truth to it. So being that this is the month of June, where there is going to be a whole lot of truth and authenticity coming through the cosmos, that means that a lot of people are going to be shifting into the wonderful world of universal consciousness, awareness, and expansion. So being that this is going to be such a remarkable shift that's happening for a lot of people, you can blame it on the sign of Gemini. Gemini is the reason why. Reason why I say that is because there is a new moon in the sign of Gemini on June 6th. Anytime there is a new moon in Gemini, this is positive for communications. It is also about deep thinking, creative self-expression, because Gemini is all about communication. So there's going to be opportunities to socialize with like-minded people, as well as opportunities for newbies to spirituality to hear a lot of things and to learn a lot more about spirituality and how that works together with astrology, and how this all ties into religion, and how all of that makes sense in the real world. So a lot of people are getting more invested, more involved, and more of an understanding of how things work, and it's going to be widely accepted as something that is not a bad thing, but something that is actually a lot of truth involved. So this is what the new moon in Gemini is going to do. Now on the 21st, or around the 21st of June, there is a full moon, and this one is in the sign of Capricorn. Okay, now that's really interesting because we go from Gemini to Capricorn, way left, right? We go into this air energy, a lot of communication coming through, and then we go right into the sign of Capricorn, which is that earth energy, and that brings in a strong sense of self-empowerment, reaching milestones, okay? Making some type of achievement on a personal level, okay? And this has a lot to do with entrepreneurship for some of you guys who are wanting to go into the fields of entrepreneurship or business. This is a good prospect in, for that, if you guys are, thinking in that way. Also, this full moon is happening at the start of summer, okay? So the start of summer is on the 20th, and then you have that full moon coming right at the beginning of summer. So the moon is making a big introduction around this time. What the moon is going to be doing here is making a universal milestone or a huge leap into a whole other intuitive cosmic forecast, all on its own. And what this means is that the moon takes the lead as boss, okay? Which means that there's a sense of leadership that is going to be coming through to a lot of people, all right? This sense of leadership and understanding that the moon does have an authoritative role in the world, being that it is a part of God's dualistic light platforms, or should I say light creations. So we have the sun and we have the moon, right? But this is when the moon takes the rightful place as, okay, I'm a big boss here, because it's not just the sun, it's the moon too. So what happens with that type of dynamic, and this is all metaphors, right? But it's also real. And what this means is that as this energy works through human beings, you guys may come into a more enlightened mindset about your role in society around this time, and who you want to be, what you have accomplished, and what you want to do moving forward. This month of June is actually positive. To say that it is in the summer month, it is very, very positive. I mean, June's always in the summertime, right? But what I mean is these two specific moons are happening at the start of summer, which means that that kind of fire and that kind of light is going to be born in a lot of people. A lot of individuals are going to awaken to a new passion like no other for whatever dreams or aspirations that they may have. And a lot of people will be saying a lot of things around that new moon in Gemini around the 6th of June. So pay attention to that energy as well. It's also going to be Father's Day on the 16th of June. And happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. And it's also Juneteenth happening on June 19th. And so Juneteenth is a time to celebrate as well. That was a big milestone, right? So all of these events are piling up on each other, but the good thing about it is that it is going to bring out some positive working relations with other people, right? Positively, very, very positive. All right, so let's go ahead and get into Cancer. All right, so this is for Cancer, June 2024. So this is your general love, life, and spirituality guidance, Cancer. Keep in mind that these messages will not be in effect until the month of June gets here. I am a prophetess as well, so keep in mind that my guidance will not really hit you, even if it feels like it is, until the time that it is for. All right. Also keep in mind that all messages may not resonate with all people, especially with certain verbiage, but you can always come back mid-month in June or the end of the month and see how it did resonate with you. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about it. In the month of June, Cancer, you guys are going to be remembering what you're made of. You're going to be remembering who you really are, standing on your birthright. What this means is that this does not come from a place of hate. This comes from a place of knowing your place, knowing the legacy that you have, and that even if it's not how other people want to see you, it is how you feel about you. So if you are a doctor, be a doctor. If you are a restaurateur or restaurateur, be that restaurant owner. If you are a bellhop, be a bellhop. Whatever you are, be in your role. If you are a spiritual leader, be a spiritual leader. So whatever it is that you guys do in the world is who you are meant to be. And that is exactly who you are showing up as. So you have to take ownership for that. Also, you guys, if you guys have a certain destiny that you're supposed to have, you will know, because your heart will keep pushing you further and further in that specific direction. And you will have either by now accomplished it or be living in it. So remember that you guys are supposed to really be who you are. So it's important to be upright, fair, and just at this time. Okay. For example, I know that for me, I know my life path. I know my purpose. I've known this since I was a little girl, because I was the little girl who all I wanted to know and all I was seeking was to find out all the answers about me. That's all I did. All I did as a little child was read the stars, read about God. I would take trips to libraries, and I wanted to find out about me. Self-help, self-improvement, self-motivation, me. But it wasn't in an arrogant way. I was a little girl. I didn't know what arrogance was. It was in a way that I wanted to be the fullest and most capable human in the world. I wanted to know so much about myself that no one could take me from me. And I think that my life is a reflection of that. I have spiritual leadership in my field, and it is who I am. So I think that a lot of you guys are going to realize that in your own specific fields, who you are. You know, and this is just that kind of month where you're reframing your mind, Cancer, and remembering your own life's purpose and focusing on your own career and your mission in life. Feeling very motivating energy surrounding you and very helpful to others as well in the process. I think that you guys may mentor people that are younger than you, who are doing the same exact kind of work as you and who want to be like you. People who are trying to, be on your level. I think that you guys are going to do a really good job at helping other people, giving sage advice to these people. Some of you may be counselors. You could be teachers. Some of you may be just good old mentors and coaches. Whatever you guys do, people look up to you for it. I'm telling you. And it's a lot more the younger ones who are trying to do what you do. They look up to you. They see you as their leader. They see you as their teacher. They see you as their mentor. And so they really do need your help in this specific area. So you're understanding your motivations right now behind your drive to be successful. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that you guys have a lot of people who need your level of expertise to help them. I think that you understand who your audience is. And your audience, I feel, is the ones under you who are aspiring to be like you. And that's it. I think that you guys realize that your audience may not be the same audience that I have. Your audience may not be the same audience that celebrities have. Your audience may not be the same audience as the president or politicians or preachers and pastors. Your audience may not be like that, but you do have at least people who need you for something. So that is what I feel like you guys are going to be doing. Okay, you guys are going to really zone in on your niche, finding your niche market, finding exactly whose lives can I make the most, like the biggest impact, because you guys could be thinking about your future. Okay, And for a lot of you, it's something about the youth, the children, the younger ones, the ones in high school. That could be your niche for some of you. But this chakra here is the one that is for you, Cancer, the crown chakra. This talks about your head, right? The things that are in your mind. This is about you needing to incorporate more prayer into your life to become more enlightened. You know, praying more is going to be helpful for you when you just really take the time out to meditate. Because what this is going to do is transform you in such a beautiful and divine way. It is going to pull you back into your divine wisdom that you innately have inside of you, to know exactly what it is that you are put here to do, which is to provide service. Everyone put here under God is a service worker. And I think that you guys are going to realize that, you know what, that's really true. I am really here to provide a service, and I'm really here to focus on work. I'm here to work. My ancestors have been working since the beginning of time, since 1 BC. So that means I have to focus on my daily life now. That means I have to focus on my work now. That means I have to focus on, like the kind of, I'm telling you, this is all about legacy building. This is all about the work that you're going to do in the world, the impact. This is all about that. Think big. So this is about you guys having a more awakened mindset and being guided by a higher power, being guided by God, letting God give you those little words of wisdom every now and again, letting God shower you with love and divine insight, really opening up your mind and your heart to what God is telling you, really listening to those subtle hints and those clues, leading you and putting you on the right path and not the wrong path. Removing the ego out of your system and realizing that a lot of things you could have just been doing because you had an audience. But now it's not about that. It's about those lives that you actually have control over. And it can be as simple as your children at home. And that's it. But that's the most important, right? So for things to come around full circle, it's not about putting on a show for anybody. It is about just you and what you have to do for you. And that's all I have. I hope that this has helped you guys. Thank you so much, and God bless.